Good afternoon. We are here at 4 p.m. It's 5 to 4 and here I am with 20% battery. Not quite sure how long that's going to last, but fingers crossed it will give us the opportunity just to get this movement snack done in around 20 minutes. Normally we're on live for about 20 minutes. Just not long finished assessing. My right arm is literally hanging on by a thread and I've got another 5 to assess tomorrow. Should be fun. Numerous plasters on my poor old hand and it goes up to my elbow, wrist, shoulder. It's not much fun, this assessing lark. Afternoon, Chris, welcome. Normally when we assess, we get a couple of days, that's fine. Not 4 days on the trot. I don't know how I managed to bag this. Are you good, Chris? Are you having a nice catch up with Bex round at your house? Your house looks very Christmassy. Well done on your efforts there. Afternoon, Maddie, good to have you in. How's things going round your house? Any wild parties or good old giggles with your sister being with you now? And afternoon, George, good to have you in for the 4 p.m. as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, make yourselves comfortable and right at home. I will need to go to a swap shop at any time tomorrow because, yeah, this arm, ouch. Oh, could do with some stretches. It's very high tensiony at the moment. For when I write, I grip so hard, hence why I have a bump on my finger and pressing into my pad of my fingers too much when I'm holding a pen. And then it aches me. It aches me bones. It aches me grip. It aches me wrist. It aches my back of my arm, my triceps. So that's looking forwards to a stretch. It aches my shoulder, so we'll be doing some shouldery stretches as well today. Maybe a crowbar in 1 or 2 shoulder rolls as well. It's not for you, this is all for me, okay? You can just come along if you like. So yes, I've got, it's all those grippy, strengtheny type, lumbrical type things that we've done in the past, George. And I have been told before, when I used to work for the community stroke team, when people went into the patient's house after me, they could literally run their fingers on the top of the paper that hadn't got writing on, and they'd be able to read my braille printed through writing, because I just lean on far too hard. Anyway, that's enough for me grumbling and griping about me achiness. I'm looking forwards to getting this sway and stretch done. I've been sat down. Yesterday I assessed 9 people in record time, and then drove for 3 hours up to here, because I'm here in Middlesbrough today and tomorrow, heading home in the Friday night Christmas traffic, hoping to get a little bit of a head start on it all though on Friday. So Bex will be with you for the 4 p.m. Tomorrow, and she's been heading up the noons as well, hasn't she? Afternoon, Vivian and Paul. Afternoon, Gillian with a J. Hello, Bex, just talking about you. Have you stopped moaning yet? I never, ever, ever want 4 days assessing on PSI ever again. I'm done. Look, my arm is just done. Oh, lots of sympathy I can see there, Bex, from you. Afternoon, Christine. Afternoon, Lynn, if Lynn's there with you. I can't even scroll at the minute because I've got a tape on my finger and it doesn't pick up on the phone. So I've got to do it with the middle finger. Let's see, have I missed anyone? Just a quick hello. The last Ken's in. Hello, Ken. Good to have you. Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon and welcome. You're with me, Kelsey Leverton, for today's 4 p.m. I've even had time to do a little bit of homework from what Bex set you yesterday. So hopefully I'll get that right. But for now, I've only got 20% battery, so you know where I've gone if we drop off the airwaves, but it should just be enough to get going. Today is the 15th, Thursday the 15th of the 12th, 2022. Let's get on with it, come on. Ooh, oof. Okay, so, there I am, standing tall or sitting tall, wherever you're choosing to start your Cirque Boost from. External support to the side of you, about between hip and rib height, hip and armpit height is just right for you. Get some foot pedals underway, peeling up the heels, bending at the knees, getting the hips, just moving and a bit of weight transferring. We're going to take that transfer of weight from seated in the back of the chair to seated more at the front of the chair. So get those hips moving and you're stepping through with the legs as well. And that's just before we add some foot pedals in on the end. Find your rhythm, find your groove. Your pace is your own. It can be a little bit quicker than mine if that feels better than yours. It can be spot on with mine. So we're synchronized, or maybe a little bit slower if that suits you. We can progress this into a bit of a leg march, lifting the foot, clearing the toes, pushing up from the ball of the foot, but landing and rolling down fluidly through the foot. So in seated, no tippy toeing, and in standing, no stompy stomps. Try and get that to work through. Loosen the ankles, work through the feet, all important stuff. Let's add some arms in. One arm at a time allows you to keep hold of your external support should you need to. You could change sides at any point or bring that second arm into the mix. It's entirely up to you how you want to work with your arms and your legs together and with your external support or seated or standing position. I'll just do a bit of everything. So this swing is most definitely from the shoulder, not through a waggly elbow. Keep the elbows still and just allow them to drive and dig backwards. And that will emphasize, maximize the movement from the shoulder, loosening up, warming the muscles that are surrounding. The warm-up just doesn't occur around the bits that are moving, it occurs everywhere through your body. So that's what you should be feeling about now. Feeling a bit more toastier, and maybe just breathing a bit deeper as well. Right, steady yourself down, bring that to a close. You might want to have a little bit of a slump or a slouch, bit of a deep breath, or 2 or 3, or carry on. And you can add this deep, long breathing pattern to your sway routine if you like, to bring it down, to settle the pace and settle your mind as well. So let's have a look at our sway routine. We started, if you remember, with a step forwards and into it. And here's where we take the arms up, roll them over and scoop them back, peeling the toes as you do that. This is a familiar bit from wavy arm thing, turning the grip, drawing back in. And here's where Bex added a change. She went out, traveling forwards, turning the palms upwards, and then kind of served it forwards from there. And then there was a little bit of an exaggerated step back in, imagining that the knee is and the leg is being lifted by the arms. And remember, the longer it takes you there, the more of a balance challenge you may experience. You just might want to just step in and recover. Second side then, so exactly the same, stepping forwards and taking the hands, rolling them over the top, scooping them back, peeling the toes. Flat palms, pushing forwards, turning to an up hand grip, drawing back. The arms just float out to the side and come down. The palms turn up and the elbows come back a little bit, and then serve it forwards. A little bit of an exaggerated step back in or a regular step back in from there. So it's just shifting, transferring the weight. Normally we keep the feet flat, but we're going to peel the toes up on the backward shift of the weight. And you can do that in seated as well, pretty much the same. From the top then, shall we? So, breath to prepare. Shifting the weight forwards as far as you feel comfortable. The toes can come up there or stay flat, it's entirely up to you. Pushing away, turning the arms over, grasping back. Arms go out to the side, just start to turn upwards and elbows in, and then this is a serve forwards, and then a reset in the middle to the other side. So your shift is from one kind of buttock towards the other. The feet are flat on the floor when we're leaning furthest forwards out of our base of support. We don't have to be peeling the toes up, but if you do, you get some extra ankle movement in there as well. And the last thing, Bex didn't include this yesterday, is we're back to base here. And we're kind of reaching and flicking the hands round at the top. So just take some breaths, eyes forward so that you're not whipping your head round, which will help you to stay more balanced and steady. Really stretching forwards there, and just with a little flip round of the hands, wrist, forearms, and relax there. All right, I'm going to go in, straight in for, I'm going to do my stretches in seated. You can stand if you like. Straight in with a upper side stretch. So palm turns over, trying to get the palm to the shoulder, guiding, lifting, encouraging the tricep muscles to stretch and lengthen there, lifting tall so we can encourage the trunk to join in as well. A little bit of an extra ease if you can, and that's without it kicking into being painful or really kind of awkward in your seated position. Should still feel comfortable and balanced there. Now, keeping your hand on the back of your arm there, take your hand away, still holding the elbow, without twisting, just ease the arm now across your body, opening out that shoulder. So the arm's reaching across and we're just easing and hugging in the arm towards your chest. Relax the shoulders down. You should feel that opening out the shoulder joint right round the back end there, and relax down. Other side then, let's go for that back of arm trunk stretch, lifting tall, sitting high onto your hip bones, or standing feet a little bit wider in standing. Opening out the armpit, lifting through the trunk to get some extra extension here. Important for posture and reaching. A little bit of guidance back if you can. My arms go quite far back, yours might not, don't worry about it. Just work with what you've got. Now, keep in hold, easing out of the stretch. Keep hold of the back of your arm, find your elbow, take the hand off your shoulder and go across the body. Let me whip back round here. So we're easing it in towards our chest, neck's long, and we've got a stretch opening out that shoulder, the other shoulder. Lovely. Have a rest there. Put in a few all important, super exaggerated shoulder rolls. Opening out the posture, lifting and extending through the pine and posture, posture and the pine. And then the last one that you do, take your hands round to the side of your hips, squeeze the elbows back or hold on to the lower part seat of your chair, lifting through the posture and really opening up all around the front, stretching the chest. Hands in the back pockets could give you a bit more of a a target position to aim your hands for. But you should feel that opening everything out. All right, relax out of that stretch right there. Right, do we need a bit of a neck stretch? I think we might do. Coming in then. So standing or sitting, tall, relaxed, comfortably, ear towards the shoulder, opening out the neck, getting onto the top part of your shoulder as well as up behind the ear. Feel that tension and then hold it there a bit longer, and hopefully that will kind of just start to come away a little bit. You might need more than one stretch, but if you find any of these stretches particularly beneficial, good for you, then you can crowbar them in any time. Stretches are best done though when your body feels warm. So if your arms have been active, your muscles have warmed up somewhat, then put some stretches in at the end of what you've done. Okay, let's have a look now. Some of you are in seated, some of you may be in standing. Let's have a look at the calf stretch. Here's your standing option. Split the stride, not too far away from your external support. I'm going to face the window square on now. God, it's got dark. And you've got the back heel down with the front foot pointing forwards and the front knee bent. You can either hold onto your knee, thigh, or external support. It's up to you. Chances are you will feel more steady if you hold on to the external support that you've got there. Seated, leg out long, toes pulled back. Have you lost my toes off the end there? I think so. Toes are pulled back. The knee is as straight as it can be comfortably. Now this will ease off the calf tension. If you've been on your feet for a long time, this is a good stretch to do from time to time, just to ease out and kind of release the tension that's been built up whilst you've been on your feet. It gives you better ankle movement as well, more flexible our calves are. Let's have a look at the other side. I've got my foot there, there we go. Lifting tall through the posture, that's all you need to do. Sit tall, toes back. Standing. Holding external support just in front of you, but keeping the body lifted rather than hunkering over or having it a full reach away from you. To get a better angle on the back leg that's stretching, the toes might be sticking out behind you, so just re-angle them to point forwards. 20 seconds, there's a decent amount of hold time, and that will allow your muscles to feel the stretch, get into the stretch, and potentially just loosen up a little bit so you can go deeper into the stretch. Right, back of thigh is where we're going to finish up. I'm just going to move my chair, so there we go, that should be better. All right, so any leg, one leg straight, coming to seated if you've just done that standing calf. Loosen off the ankle at the end of your leg and lift up tall. Have a bit of a deep breath here and then start to ease yourself forward smoothly in so that you don't surprise your stretch reflexes. You ease it in and you find the bite of the stretch and hold it there. Look, it looks like I'm just perching on the edge of the chair here, but I do feel steady, stable, the foot's planted, the upper body's got some support as well for it. Recover. Other side. You might have one side that's a bit more flexier than the other side. That's to be expected. Just through the natural way we use our body, we've got some kind of differences from right side to left side. But we can work through that and understand that a little bit better once we kind of do these stretches or do anything a bit more regularly, which we do. ease in a bit more maybe, and then recover slow and steady. Ta-da! And there you have your sway and stretch. Right, lovely to hear that, Christine. They're not watching me then, they're not bothered what I'm doing over here. Your grandsons or your bee. Thank you everyone for joining me for the sway and stretch. I did really need that, and to have you guys there as a bit of extra company makes things all the better. Now, what's for tea? Let's go and find out. Have a great evening, you lot, and I'll see you on Saturday morning for the 8 a.m. I think Dave or Bex will be with you for the breakfast, and you will have double Bex in the afternoon. That I know for sure. Thanks, everyone. See you later.